But how you look back on the whole period of Atari Teenage Riot?
Yeah, I think it was intense, very intense time. And I think now, of course, I can look back with a little bit more distance. And of course, sometimes when I look at certain live shows, for example, it's almost I have to smile, you know, because like it's like I go, oh my, like what? I mean, this is so extreme compared to even the music scene now.
Because there was,
you know, it's you know, when you see certain stuff. I mean, we were the first ones who used white noise in that way, in front of big crowds. You know, now things are very kind of like, okay, people press a button and there's a crazy sound coming out. But back then, it was really, there were shows where we had the whole audience. You know, I remember when we played the first raves, very beginning, big raves. People, like, you know, we had like a couple of thousand people thinking, what's going on? Like, what are these people doing?
So what is
and, you know, this was great to be a part of, I think, you know.
But what is then true? Because there's one story, you were saying extreme, there's one story about you, and I don't know if it's true, but that you cut yourself with razor blades on stage. Is it true, or was it something strange?
This is now, like, it was used to be red, the scar. You see this?
It's really a big one.
Yeah, this is one. There are many more.
But how come?
No, I mean, this was. I mean, I'm beyond that part now, and I think it's good that I am, because I was touring so much with the Atari Teenage Riot. It was so intense. And at some point, I think this is always when you feel like that. There's a point where you just feel like almost nothing anymore, and I got really depressed. And when you play shows like this every night, you know, we did long tours, like 4 months. You know, America, Japan, like everywhere. And at some point, you are on stage, you see the crowd just go like, yeah, and you feel, okay, do these people really think about the ideas, or what are they here to see? Like, are they just, could I say anything now and they would just applaud, you know? And because I'm this kind of person, I'm very, that moment, even if maybe people don't see that on stage, I'm very self-critical in that way, because I would hate it if my fans wouldn't question me as well, you know, and that's why I always try to confront the audience with other projects or doing things different. And you know, like, for example, right now with the new record, I have some of the newer generation, because there's a completely new generation of kids coming on board now. For them, Atari Teenage Riot is like music history. You know, they see the videos, it's like, I don't know, like the Sex Pistols or the Stooges or something. For me, it's very weird, because I didn't expect this to happen. You know, I see people at the show who are like 18. For them, it's like this legendary thing. But I don't want them to just eat it up and don't question it, because they really have to think about it. Okay, have to put it in their own context, you know. And sometimes, you know, with the new record, I kind of like it that there's like a 7-minute slow, like ballad song, almost like, you know, Thousand Eyes, that track on the new record. For some people, it has almost the same confrontational impact than if we would have used noise the first time and with Atari Teenage Riot in the middle of the 90s, you know. So I always like to create these situations where people have to ask themselves, do I still like this? Can I identify with that?
What is then for you? What is for you the overall feeling of this new album, the Golden Foretaste of Heaven? What is your overall feeling that you have?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wanted to make this record exactly like I did.
Which was it?
Because it's very different to my other stuff, you know. It's like, it has no screaming, for example, on it. I use my voice in a totally different way. You know, sometimes my voice, I would blow out like microphone membranes, you know, when I would scream. People would go, this is like louder than an opera singer, you know? So it's really weird. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can do with my voice. So, and I always did, but I never really put that side out there so much, because there was not the need. You know, I think to write a political song and then use the voice like that would, for me in the past, it would be like, wouldn't feel right. You know, I was never a friend of music that is sounding melodic or nice and then saying something really critical, but I always want the music to get across the lyrics, you know. And with this album, I really wanted to show a side. Okay, this is me. Like this is, you know, because I'm not a politician. I'm not like out there to say my political opinions all the time. You know, I'm also a normal person.